Last time we spoke, I think less than a month ago, you told us about that 9,300 mark. You said in the next 2 to 3 months, approximately. Are you sticking to those large cap names that you told us about? SBI as well as Reliance Industries, do they have more steam?
Yeah, I was sticking to it when I was looking pretty, it gives me all the more reason to stick to it even now.
Yeah.
So, my top pick on the, banking sector was Axis. So that's the top performer today. We have a price objective of 750 from a 3 months time frame. So, so even at the current levels, it's looking quite good. So the banking Nifty is heading somewhere close to 22,000 plus. So there's still a lot of steam left in that sector.
Jay, what about Reliance Industries? What's your target there? Because Reliance has finally started making a move over the last couple of weeks. So we've seen an up move after several years of absolute lull in that stock. What next for RIL? With, of course, the disclaimers that go out. We must put out those usual disclaimers to our viewers that RIL is the owner of the channel that you're watching. But your thoughts on RIL and how some of these big, large cap stocks have moved?
Yeah, from a short-term perspective, 2020 was an important level for it. That's an extreme short-term. Beyond 2020, there's no resistance for the stock till 2060. But from a longer-term perspective, it's making a very interesting pattern. I think there could be much higher levels that's in store for the stock. So, we could even look at something like 1100 plus. But, we can't count our chickens. So we need to see 2060 taken out. Then, we can come out and thump the table and say that's the stock is, after a very long time trading to much higher levels. So, but from a short-term trading perspective, there's a trading opportunity. You can even look at something like a 1060 call of July, which is trading at about 8. It could double from current levels. If a short-term trader can afford a stop of 5, that's a good risk reward.
All right, Jess, you were telling us that the Nifty, you believe, can go to around 9,300 in the next 3 months also. Would you advise buying into the Nifty, or would you advise some option trading? Go out there and buy around that 9,000 call or something, and then, in fact, at least limiting your losses. That's my first part of the question. And second part of the question is, on the ground level, I'll tell you that, cement stocks, they haven't been doing quite well. But you said last time around you're looking to buy those stocks. So do you stick with that call of buying cement stocks?
Yeah, and I like the mid-cap cements more than the frontline. That doesn't mean there are no attractive opportunities in frontline cement stocks. If you look at something like Grasim, I think it's heading to somewhere close to 4,200.
Okay.
So, and if you look at Dekha Lakshmi, which is my top pick in the mid-cap space, I think it's heading somewhere close to 500. So, I think it's probably the last opportunity for someone who's bullish on the market before the train departs. So the market is actually offering a good entry point, but when the sector hasn't started moving. So once it starts moving, I think it's going to be a very fast move for the sector.
So let me ask you a related question. Before the train departs, you have one last chance to get on cement, you're saying, Jay. What about related stocks? But I'm talking about cyclicals because they've been extremely choppy. Whether you're looking at mid-cap infrastructure plays or you're looking at something like a BHEL, they've been rather choppy in their up move, or even power stocks for that matter. In this run that is going to take this market to 9,300, as you're saying, is there any point in right now trying to either trade in and out of cyclicals, or perhaps even for investors, those who want to buy in some of these counters?
Yeah, definitely. Markets never go one way up. Obviously, there'll be pullbacks along the way. So, whenever you see pullback, that could be a point where you can add on to your current positions. Basically, position sizing is a very important strategy. You could, say, get in 1/4 now. If you expect for the pullbacks, you can reposition yourself and give yourself the full entry. You can do various things like that based on position sizing. But, I think this is I don't think we're going to see much deep pullback from here on, but the pullbacks are likely to be shallow. So there is trading opportunity in cyclicals. If you look at something like BHEL that you spoke about, it's already had a good move. I think it's probably heading towards 300, but at this point, it doesn't offer a good risk reward. So you can look at something else. You can even look at tire stocks, for that matter. I think they are probably already formed a good base. If you look at something like Fiat, I think it's heading to 1,000 plus. So if you look at something like power stocks that we spoke about, if you look at something like I already mentioned that from the CNX multinational index, I've been bullish on ABB, Siemens, and so you can look at those stocks from the power space.
All right, Jai, then we spoke about the banking space, we spoke about cement space.